Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I am delighted to welcome a very senior, accomplished, and respected social sector entrepreneur from Jaipur, India, Mr. Prashant Pal. Prashantji, welcome to the show.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
Uh, Mr. Prashant Pal is the founder and chief executive officer of Pure India Trust. He's a philanthropist, a social activist, an author, and uh, he's an MSc startup coach. He's an author of a book titled 100 Career Options. And given the amazing work that he has been doing, understandably, he has been awarded, felicitated, and recognized several times. So, Prashantji,
Thank
my
you.
first question is tell me a little bit about your journey and what was your motivation to establish the Pure India Trust?
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for this platform. And of course, I want to share what I've been doing, and this is going to inspire other people also. So, I come from a very small village in Rajasthan, which is Karoli district, and I've seen the poverty in my childhood. Of course, I come from a village, and that's something I always thought that I should do something for the poor people. But after the education, I got into the corporate world. I work with IBM, Accenture, Airtel, Idea, Tata, all these companies in India and Philippines,
Mm,
and a couple of other companies where I did some consulting assignment. But I always had the volunteering in my mind. So
mm,
I started my volunteering 2006,
mm,
and 2006 onwards, I was doing this volunteering for blind children's and for other activities. But during my tenure in 2009, 10, 11, when I was in Philippines, the Anna Hazare movement was there in
mm.
India.
Yeah.
So that inspired me. And I
Mm,
thought this is something which I wanted. There was
mm,
nobody who was guided me. So, and then I decided now I will go back to India,
mm,
not to US. In
mm,
fact, I had offer to go to US. So then I came back in 2012. And then in 2013, I started Pure India Trust. Of course, the Anna Hazare is my inspiration. And that's how I jumped into the social sector. But it is very difficult to, start something and not having the, salary on 30th of every month.
correct.
So I continued working in corporate world till 2017. So for initially 5, 6 years, I run this charity with my own funds, and
Mm,
it was not a plan that I will run it full time.
mm,
But out of the interest, it has become a passion, and now it's a profession. So in 2018, I quit completely. And it's been 6 years, we can say, though the
mm,
organization is 13-year-old now.
mm.
Uh, so we are doing excellent job across
Amazing.
the India. So this
Amazing.
is
Thank
all the
you.
volunteering and passion is what
Absolutely. And what an amazing journey. And thank you for, giving up something which was such a great career ahead to start something in India for the social sector. But let's talk now, Prashantji, about the Pure India Trust. Tell me a little bit about the scope of work that you do at
I.
this trust.
Yeah. So now, since we have grown almost in 17 states in India,
Mm,
and we are 100 plus, professionals company. I would say the organization. I generally call it a company
mm,
because we work like a corporate. We do not
mm.
work like a typical NGO in India.
Right,
We
right.
have everything. We have a data orientation, artificial intelligence, applications,
Mm,
everything. We work
mm,
like a company, and we are also a great place to work certified. We
mm,
are also a social stock exchange listed organization.
mhm,
So the Pure India Trust largely focus on creating entrepreneurs
mm,
in India.
mm,
So any and preferably women, disabled, and the transgenders community.
yeah.
So anybody who want to start their own business, and it is
Mm,
a nano enterprises.
mm,
So if they want to start the businesses, we give them a funding of 10 to 15,000 initially. It can go
mm,
up to 25,000 rupees
mm,
also.
mm,
And with this money, they can buy the business toolkit to start their businesses.
mhm,
And this is a non-refundable amount. They don't have to pay this back to us.
mm,
It's all come through the CSR. And once their business is launched, we monitor them for minimum 12 months of time.
mm,
During this 12 months of time, we provide them entrepreneurship development training, account management training, customer behavioral trainings, exposure visit to different big businesses, And then we also have a kind of cluster development program within that. So group of 15 to 20 or 30 women come together and start the businesses in the a block, I would say. In one village, one product type is our model. So that's how this program is running. So we are putting almost 60% of our energy on creating entrepreneurs across India.
Very
And
interesting.
our target is to have 25,000 enterprises by 2030. We have already created 4,700 entrepreneurs, and they are earning more than 30 crore rupees of revenue every year.
Interesting.
So this is what is our major goal. Of course, we do other activities also, what corporate wants, like career guidance is our second initiatives. Then school infrastructure development, Anganwadi infrastructure development as our third initiatives. Apart from this, we also do the capacity building of thousands of NGOs across India.
Very interesting. And, when I was reading about you preparing for my conversation today, I was also fascinated to see this initiative called the My Village, My Business Initiative.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this as well.
Yeah, so this is we connected because people that we support largely from a village, and even if they are in a slum, I would generally call it a village. So when they stay in their village, they are closely connected, they're known to everybody, and they would like to stay in that community only. So this is my village, my business. So we can say it's starting a business, but we can also use this word business. This is none of your business. This is my business, something like that. So we promote the women to start the business within their community, any business that can generate revenue within that village itself. So we have a 3-layer of model. One is you should be able to generate, sufficient amount of revenue or profit from your own community. The second, then you should be able to generate, revenue from your cluster, which is a group of 20 to 30 villages. And then if you are doing some exceptionally good product, then we can actually bring those products online. So this program is where we go and meet the Anganwadi workers, the village sarpanch, or all the touch points where the women can be approached. So we inform them like you can start your own business and we are there to help you. So initially, like almost like 20 to 30 or 50 women come forward that, oh, we want to do something. Then we tell them that you cannot close the business and we are not going to, leave you just not doing anything. You have to do, some other activities also. We will come and monitor your business. So then finally 4 or 5 women remains who want to start. So this is how this entire program runs, and it's part of the we now connect these women with the MSME ministry as well. So that's how this program is.
Amazing. You also focus on career guidance for students.
Yeah. Yes.
What are some of the areas you guide them and mentor them?
So this is I would say this is our first, initiative when I quit corporate and I started doing. So I generally started going to the school. That's the easiest something that I can do. So when I used to ask, student, what you want to be, and they say somebody says that I want to be a teacher, then a police officer, then a bank manager, or maximum 8 to 10 or 12 careers they had in mind. And then I realized there are thousands of other careers also that they are not aware. So if they are known to these careers, then probably they would be able to, figure out this is probably my passion.
Right.
So in the career guidance program, we help students identify their passion in the class 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's our first preference. Of course, when they get into 11th and 12th grade, of course, they have already decided one stream, science, maths, arts, or whatever. So at least once segregation is already done. So we tell them in the 8th, 9th, 10th class that what is your passion. So out of the passion, you actually identify what you want to be. Let's say you want to be a scientist. So what you need to do to become a scientist. So that's how it's a top-down approach actually. So you have end in mind and then you start your planning. So if you want to be a player, then you need to be physically fit and active and all those things. So that's how this entire program runs. So we actually do the general career guidance session in the villages.
Very interesting.
And when the general session is done, we also paste our career chart on a school wall. So there are flags that we paste, and these are permanently pasted on a wall, so that even anybody from the village or any person from outside the school, they come and walk in the school, they would say, "Oh, Amitabh Bachchan ka photo hai, so I can become a actor." Or if you see a photograph or an aeroplane or a pilot, then he can think about pilot. And then they, with the charts, they can actually get the basic detail. In the charts, we also have helpline. So anybody needs more detail, they can call on this number, and this call will come to us. And then we have almost 500 plus volunteers across the world. So if somebody wants to become a pilot, then we have a pilot as a person who guide them over the phone. If somebody wants to become a judge, then we have a judge who's guiding over the phone. So that's how we connect the mentor and mentee together. And then our book called 100 Career Option, that's something we give it to the school and to the students, so that become a ready reckoner for them. And recently we launched another book called Bano Udhyami. So apart from the book, we also have anybody who wants to get into business. So we have a Bano Udhyami program also. Amazing. So this career program, we call it Margdarshak. And this is linked with a lot of mentors we do in the villages, and we have already covered 50,000 plus students from Tamil Nadu to Rajasthan so far.
Incredible. Wow. You also have a lot of work being done through your Pathshala centers.
Yes.
Tell me, how do these Pathshalas support underprivileged children in rural and urban areas?
Correct. So this is Pathshala is the basic model, I would say that. And this is also linked to our entrepreneurship programs somehow. So what we do typically, when I realize I come into social sector, and I found that the student in the 8th class or a 9th class, they are not able to read their own textbook. And it is because of the RTE, I would say, the Right to Education law, because you cannot fail anybody. So till 8th class, they keep moving to another class. And when they move to 9th and 10th grade, their dropout is very, very high in the government schools. So we thought, why not to strengthen the foundation of the children in the school itself. So we promote anybody from a village who want to start a small tuition center in their own village. So typically it should be women, so that women get additional source of income. And if somebody is a educated woman married in that village, so we ask her to start a tuition center. So for every student they teach, we pay them money. And then we also ask her to charge some fees from the students, so that they are not fully dependent on us. So when they charge, it becomes like working for 3 to 5 hours in a day, they are able to earn some 5 to 8,000 rupees. So that's how this Pathshala center run. And then the backend support we provide all the education material, the syllabus, the monitorings. So they report, they also get exposure visits, the interaction with other Pathshala centers. So like that in the villages, we have a range of Pathshala centers. So typically we have largely in the Rajasthan rural areas and Delhi NCR as well. So this is the model. We are supporting almost 700 plus underprivileged children. Wow. And this can be replicated anywhere in India. Anybody wants to start through your platform, I want to offer it to anybody.
Very interesting. Thank you. Now let's come to one of your primary objectives, which is creating potential entrepreneurs. How do you identify potential entrepreneurs in rural areas, and what criteria are used to provide them with support?
Yeah. So this is very interesting questions, and this is the toughest for our process. It's like any other startup, summit that happen. So like Shark Tank, you see there are a lot of people come and participate in Shark Tank, and then few people get chance to meet the the investors. Similarly, in the village, we go and meet. First, our touch point is an Anganwadi worker. So we go and ask the women that anybody from your village want to start their own business or they want to stand up, please invite them. So then our team go and explain our entire program, and when they are ready, so we have a flyer. In the flyer, all the terms and conditions are written that you need to start your business in their own villages, and then you should not running business previously. You must have some basic skills to run that business, and the business has to be your own interest. you should have a good support from your family, your in-laws, your husbands, and you should have little space in your own house. Or if you take a rent, shop on a rent, the rent should not be more than 700 or 1000 rupees.
mm,
Otherwise your liability increases. So that's how the selection criteria, we take generally 2 months of time to finalize the women that we want to support.
mm, mm,
Generally, we start like 50 to 100 as a cluster, and once these women are okay, we conduct them an entrepreneurship development training for 1 day,
mm,
so that they are clear what we want to achieve for this platform.
mm,
Once they say okay, then we ask them to go to the market. So we do not have any theory class, we have everything practical. So
mm,
women go to the market and identify what toolkit they need. So
mhm,
let's say they want to start a tailoring. So what kind of machine they need? So which are the suppliers? So she go and do the entire market research,
mm,
so that tomorrow let the machine is not working, so they are not dependent on us.
mm,
So they should also have the potential that, let's say, okay, we provide them a machine, then how much money they will earn.
mm.
So that also we ensure that what kind of product they have already stitched, or what
Right.
kind of product they have expertise. So this is how this entire program runs. Once the business is launched, the whosoever is a sponsor, the
Mm,
sponsor become part of this entire process. They become part of the selection process. We create their videos, put it on the YouTube, and they actually, if they are not able to come physically, then they see these videos. Of
mm,
course, the videos are not public; they are unlisted. Then these women get confirmation from a sponsor side,
mm,
and they get entire details, so that sponsor has a confidence that whatever money I'm giving
mm,
is actually reaching to the right candidate. And the business is launched, then we have a mentoring process, then we have a rating criteria. So
mm,
there are 47 points, like women as a nuclear family or single joint family,
mm,
or what kind of house they have. It's a kacha, pakka, or a
mm,
semi kacha. They stay in a rented house, where their children are going. Are they studying in a private or government school? So there
mm,
are many criteria. Based on those criteria, there are 70% score if they achieve. Then 30% score is something that the project manager or client decides,
mm.
and finally we select the women. So this selection is the toughest task. After that, it is easy for us, because then we have to monitor them. And I'm very happy to share, sir, that our success rate is 98%
Wow.
in
Wow.
this program. So
Amazing.
anybody we support, they continue running their businesses. I'm proud to say today that the women that we supported like 3 4 years before, or 2 years before, many of them has actually purchased their own house.
Wow.
Many of them has purchased their own flat in Noida, NCR, and Jaipur.
Mm,
And couple of women has asked their husbands to leave their, the security guards or a small side jobs and work with them. So
amazing.
they are running the business jointly. So we have 4,700 plus success stories now. All these women are doing fantastic. In fact, we also support sometimes the women who are doing good, and
Mm,
their daughters' education also we adopt sometime. So
amazing.
this is not just a
What,
supporting the
what,
business; it is like
absolutely.
closely
You're supporting
working
the
with
whole
them.
family. That's very
Absolutely.
amazing. And you also have a lot of focus on sustainability, which is a
Yes.
core component of your model.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about some of the initiatives like water conservation and reforestation.
Hmm. So the sustainability is something, since I come from corporate background, I ensure in all our program. Like
Mm,
entrepreneurship is something, like the day we exit, our business will not close. So
mm,
these are sustainable business. The second is the water that you said. So since I come from Rajasthan, and in Rajasthan there's a lot of drought area. So in Karoli district where I come from, we decided that we store the water. So we construct the check dams in the villages where the pond is not maintained well. So we repair these ponds, and then we try and store the water.
mm,
And with this water, we also try to create some livelihood, like fisheries or some other thing can be done in the village. So we
mm,
we construct and repair it and give it to the panchayat. So the panchayat maintain it after it, and then they charge whatever money they want to charge, whosoever
Right.
want to take it on rent.
Hmm.
So that's how we have already constructed more than 45 water bodies in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan so far. And this is also aligned with the plantation. We have done almost 25,000 plantation around these ponds that we construct. That's how we do it.
Fascinating.
Apart from this, just one line I want to add.
Please.
We have another initiative called Waste to Wow as part of the sustainability. So there's a lot of garment units. After the stitching the clothes, they have a lot of waste. We call it katran. So we collect those waste and then we upcycle this product. So we manufacture bags, we manufacture various decorative items, and our company called Nirjari. It's a women-owned company, Nirjari Craft. And so in Jaipur, and we are putting up stall across India, and we generate almost 30 to 40 lakh of revenue through the waste product that we recycle.
How wonderful.
And we give livelihood to those women.
That's so amazing. I have time for two more questions, Prashantji. I want to just change gears a little because you also told me that you do a lot of work with the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Digital Bridge platform and its impact on reaching women, people with disabilities, and the LGBTQ plus community as well?
Yeah. So this digital bridge was our dream actually. So of course we are doing a lot of work offline or manually. But during COVID, one of the volunteer supported us, and this volunteer, I would say Samyukta from Hyderabad, she is working with Sienna Technology, and she supported us, and then she only introduced us to there is a global contest happen in their company that can we help women who are not in our scope. Means the women sitting in Tripura or Jammu Kashmir or Andaman Nicobar or Kerala, they are not part of our scope. So how we can support those women? So we won this contest around $75,000 grant from Sienna Technology, and we developed this platform called Bano Udyami. It's live. People can go to our website and apply. So with this platform, we encourage women whosoever want to start their businesses and just fill the basic detail that what language they speak, what is their WhatsApp number, what kind of business they want to start, why we should support them. So basic questions in Hindi and English they can answer. And with the same platform we use for a transgender community, LGBTQ plus.
Okay.
So this community is something we started working 3 years before in Bangalore and Delhi NCR. And I'm very happy to share as of today, we have already supported 45 plus businesses owned by this community. And of course, initially it is little challenge with them because this community is also not open. And we also, feel that whether they will like it or not. But when you become part of their community, when you know them very well, then they are very open. So we have various different types of businesses, started in Bangalore and NCR. We also provide scholarships to the community, whosoever wants to go for a higher studies. We provide, medical health, hormone treatments, or some other kind of support they would need for the community because there are many stories I've seen, the parents are not supporting. And initially when they get into the community also not supporting sometimes. So it for 2-3 years, it is very, difficult time for them.
Correct.
In that difficult time, if somebody can support them, it is really good.
Absolutely.
So we there to, support them. And we are working with many NGOs who are working for these groups, and we are funding, we are, whatever can be done, it's being done so far.
Amazing. Amazing. And my last question for you, and I can't possibly conclude this without talking about your book, 100 Career Options.
Yeah.
Tell me about your book and the role 100 Career Options plays in helping students making informed career choices.
Yeah. So this book talks about, this is a combination of a text and a video, I would say this. So this book has every career has got 3 QR codes we have pasted on the page. So one is a Hindi, English video about that particular career. Let's say somebody says, I want to become a cybersecurity expert. So you learn about the cybersecurity as a career in Hindi and English,
Mm.
and you will see a success story of one person who's already a cyber security expert.
Mm.
So with that person, you actually learn that what is the positive or negatives of this career, what skill you would need. So these are the video content, then textbook. So there are many careers that people have not thought of. In fact, when we were in school, we did not have the Google form at that
Correct.
time, Google. So if, let's say, you want to know meaning of any English word, we used to refer to a dictionary,
Yes.
right? So in the dictionary we used to see. So I would say this 100 career option is a dictionary for these, children. So
Mm.
anybody hear about any career, let's say somebody is fire safety expert,
Mm.
or somebody says I want to become a politician.
Mm.
So how I can become a politician, what is the minimum qualification, let's say? Or somebody says I want to go and become a Supreme Court judge, so
Mm.
what do you need for that? So these books actually give you the details, so that you are able to take the right decision,
Mm.
and you are able to match your passion with this book,
Mm.
with the profession. So this book is one component of the entire program that we run,
Yeah.
and we provide this book free to anybody who need in the government school or government students. And of course it is available on Amazon as well. And if anybody needs that we want to distribute it to our school, we are ready
Mm.
to send it to them free of cost as
Fascinating.
well. So
Fascinating.
this book is something helping. I would say in Rajasthan, the content of this book has reached to almost 17 lakh of the student through government of Rajasthan's initiative
Wow.
that they celebrate on Career Day on 12th of January.
Amazing.
Vivekanand Search and
Absolutely. And on that note, Prashantji, I just want to say thank you so much for talking to me about your own amazing journey. I think there are people who have given up such amazing careers and decided to give back to society. And you're probably one of the few people I have spoken to who've done such an amazing amount of work to develop our great country. Thank you for talking to me about the goals of Pure India Trust. We covered a lot of topics that you are handling to support rural India and a lot of people in urban India. We talked about My Village, My Business. We talk about Bano Udyami. We spoke about career guidance for students, about your Pathshala centers. It was also fascinating to see the amount of focus you have on sustainability. Thank you for
Yes.
talking to me about the Digital Bridge platform. And finally, thank you for talking to me about 100 Career Options, which is your book. Thank you again for speaking to me and good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate for this opportunity. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you for listening to the brand called You Videocast and Podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the brand called You.